Here I am looking, enjoying my favourite tipple. Mm. um, I was there. Yeah, I've got to, I said to a friend, I've got to start realising, well, not realising, not preventing myself, still being active, but my knees are telling me, nah, you ain't quite as young as you used to be, are you, Rachel? No, I am not. I was still trying to, I said, I made the mistake again. Oh, well, we're here now, ain't we? It's the shop I wanted to be in. Oh, that's on, oh, is it? I could do some of that. Oh, I could do some of that as well. Yeah. And then we went back again later on. It's like, Chaz, hold your arms out, mate. As usual, I was like, I'll just pop in for one thing. Ow! I appear to have got 5. Hold your arms out. Come on, balance. I've got this already. Come on, if you could balance it. So, yes, I've done it. I'm like, good on you. I was like, yeah, I got myself a bit weighted down. I was like, I thought my arms were going to drop off at one point. They didn't. I said to Chaz, we're only getting this method of transport home because I seem to have overloaded myself unknowingly, and now my arms are starting to hurt. I tend, out of habit, carry a shopping bag like that here, and I've done it out of habit, and because I find it easier to carry the shopping like that. But I've kind of scarred up my arm, like, oh dear. It doesn't hurt, but it don't look good. But yeah, you just do what you do, don't you, to get by, and not thinking about the weight of said sauces that could be required in your fridge are going to have an impact upon your arms to get home. So, well, if you can call it home, as I say to Jasmine often, it's a room, you know. So, whatever. But yeah, we did make it back, and it was quite a well. It's somewhere we've not been for ages, to be fair. Somewhere we used to frequent frequently because we could. Geographically, it was local, accessible, different to town, similar shops, some different ones, older, you know, so, and in some aspects more authentic and not so over commercial. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, there is a shopping centre there, but within the area itself where I was, you could, for example, get a coffee that wasn't from another reputable chain I ain't so keen on. Let's put it that way. And I remember this time I said, well, you will, mate. We used to come here a lot. I know you've not been for a while, but, you know, yeah, you will. And she enjoyed it. She got the things that she wanted. She's very pleased with them, which pleases me. And then we got back, and I was like, oh, let me just make you something to eat then. And I was down stairs, and her little mate she was playing with this morning stopped me and says, hello, is Jasmine there? I said, well, she's upstairs. I'm just going to go make her something to eat. Have you had a nice day? Because she was going out. She goes, yeah, I've been to the park. I'm like, oh, that's nice, isn't it? You know, and everything. I says, well, you can come up if you want. I'm just going to go to the kitchen because I knew her and Jasmine get along very well. And that's nice when your children get along well with one another. And it shouldn't matter. People have made it known to me clearly it does. They are not of the same ethnicity. They're not. As it turns out, they're not even born in the same country. They're not. And I've known her a while now. The little girl in question has told me snippets about her life before she came here to the United Kingdom. But today, well, not so long ago, she told me to a destination she went on holiday, and I was like, oh, I bet that was nice, weren't it? It was nice and warm. I went in the sea. Oh, wow. I've only seen it on the telly, but back in the day. But yeah, I bet that's different, ain't it, to hear? And she's like, yeah. And she told me where she came from today. I didn't know. I says, well, where was your country before here? Like, you know, where your mum and dad, she's got a mum and dad, they're still together, and she's got brothers and sisters as well. And I like her. She is my favourite of Jasmine's little friends because, well, she's got a nice little smiley happy face. She's good at climbing trees. she seems engaging, and Jasmine seems to appreciate that too. So, I mean, there's been another child that some time ago. She's the only one that, has come to play with her here, as it were. And they play together well, and they respond to each other well, and they're the same age, so they're into like the same things and that. And she was impressed with the rainbow mobile today. And Jasmine says, the little girl said, how much did it cost? And I said, well, do you know, Jasmine? And she went, no. I said, I'm not going to tell you because it's irrelevant. I says, it's your birthday present, you like it, don't you? She said, yeah. I says, well, leave it there then. It shouldn't come into it how much it costs. You're pleased with it, it's what you asked for, you have it, you're playing together with it nicely, leave the cost out of it. It doesn't matter. Everybody has different incomes, different money is spent on children according to their incomes, I suppose, or what they choose fit. I do what I think is fit, so, it's not really up for discussion. So yeah, she told me the history of her life prior to, she's only been here as a resident here 8 months, which isn't that long really when you're 7 and you're used to having a life elsewhere. And unfortunately, she's witnessed some very unpleasant things. She didn't go into, I didn't want to pump her too, I was like, oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. That must have been quite distressing for you and your family, etc. It's what's reflected through the media. It is what it is. It's a war-torn country. Very severe one. So, she's been subjected to that, and for whatever reason, well, she told me. She said, we went back one day, and the house weren't there, and my mum's arm was terribly injured and stuff, so she's here now. And as I say, she's lucky enough to have a school place. I've met her mum in the corridor. Well, in fact, the little girl said, this is my mum. I know, hello, is it? Yes. Nice to meet you. I said, your daughter's lovely. And she went, oh, like really shocked. And I potted off. That was it. I met her mum once. But she has said to me before, I can come into your room, but I need to be gone by 8. So they were like, can we play this game? I said, well, you've got to be mindful. She's got 9 minutes left. I don't want her to get in trouble, so off she potted. She plans on coming back tomorrow. They're going to do some art activities. And, but yeah, I mean, I do speak openly about the failings within our governments of immigration because it is a huge problem. It is. They failed to address it appropriately. So there we go. But it leads me on to say there is, well-established genuine need there. Unfortunately, what has occurred, made many videos upon it, blatant fraud of the systems that are in place, and that's the issue. The genuine are very, very few and far between, whereas the fraudulent ones are very prevalent. That's my opinion from living within close proximity, whether I like it or not, to many people of varying different backgrounds, and whether I like it or not, I've experienced, want of a better word, hatred. Just simply standing in a car park. I've done nothing more. I've not incited any of this that's come my way that I've had to send emails about. There we go. I wouldn't say so, but there we go. It's just another aspect of something you have to deal with, isn't it? But yeah, so there we go. As I say, I'm off to rest my old knees now.